Hello everyone. In our last lecture, we have covered few points like semiconductor physics, diode construction and operation, and we have also studied VI characteristics of a diode. Now, in today's lecture, we will cover following points: diode models, half-wave rectifier and full-wave rectifiers. Student, I am referring this particular books for our EDC syllabus. And mainly I have covered my uh, PPT content from this Floyd book. You can refer this book for solving different numericals. Okay. Now, in our last lecture, we have seen forward and reverse characteristics of a diode. Okay. Now, let us see what is the effect of temperature on the diode characteristics. Student, see here, consider the forward characteristics. We have seen that at normal temperature, uh, which is shown by a blue color curve here. See here, this particular curve at a normal temperature. If you go on increasing forward bias, then after this cut-in voltage, which is zero point 0.7 volt in the case of silicon, you will get drastic increase in the current. Okay, that's the current is shown here, and on y-axis we are considering forward current, and on x-axis we are considering forward voltage. Now, whenever there is increase in the temperature, the forward current increases for a given value of forward voltage, which is shown here by pink graph. See here. Here, this pink graph is plotted at a temperature 25 degrees Celsius plus delta T, which shows there is an increase in the temperature. An increased temperature will result in the large number of broken covalent bonds, increasing the large number of majority and minority carriers. Student, whenever there is increase in the temperature, more and more minority carriers are get generated, and we know that in the case of diode, current will flow because of two different carriers, majority carriers as well as minority carriers. And whenever there is an increase in the minority carriers because of temperature, then you will get rise in the forward current as well as rise in the reverse current because of temperature. Okay, and for a given forward current, see, just observe the graph, a pink graph here. For a given forward current, the forward voltage decreases by 2 millivolt for each degree. See here, here you don't, whenever there is increase in the temperature, at an earlier voltage, slightly at an earlier voltage only you are getting this much forward current. And what is that voltage? 0.7 volt minus delta V. And this delta V is nothing but 2 millivolt for each degree increase in the temperature. Okay. Even whenever there is again a few degree increase, you will get more minority carriers, and again this particular characteristics will shift to the left side. The particular will plot these characteristics like this. Okay, it will shift to the left side. Okay, now in our last lecture we have seen how to bias a diode. The same concept is explained here using a circuit. Okay, so forward biasing of a diode, how to connect diode in forward bias condition. So here diode is shown. This is the supply. V bias means what? A supply. This is anode terminal. This is cathode terminal of a diode. Anode terminal is connected to positive and cathode terminal is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, and here this resistor R is used for controlling the current. So this is a current limiting resistor. Now in the second diagram, here the same diode I have reverse bias. Reverse bias means what? You have to simply change the polarity of your supply voltage or bias voltage. So just see here, to the anode now I am connecting negative terminal of a battery, and to the cathode I am connecting positive terminal of the battery. Now student, whenever we forward bias a diode, after cut-in voltage, that means here, after this cut-in voltage, suddenly you will get increase in the forward current, which is shown here. The forward current will flow here. Whereas in the reverse bias condition, the current will flow only because of minority carriers. And that current is very uh, less current, minimum current. And you can ignore that current also. That's why here I have written I0, I is equal to 0. Because that leakage current will be very small, we can neglect it. The ideal diode model. Now, keeping the same thing in mind about forward bias and reverse bias, let us draw the ideal diode models. See here. In this particular diagram, I have shown a diode, this diode which is forward bias. So whenever I forward bias a diode, after cut-in voltage, your diode will start conducting, and hence we can consider this diode as a closed switch. It is shown, the same diagram, the diode is shown here as a closed switch. That means a maximum current, and that current is nothing but IF. Student, just observe here the direction of the current. Current will flow from positive terminal to the negative terminal of the battery. This current direction is exactly opposite to the direction of electron flow. Okay, so this is a conventional current direction from positive terminal to negative terminal of a battery. And you will get some voltage drop across this resistor. So in forward bias, your diode will work as a closed switch, ideally. Okay. Now in reverse bias condition, here I have shown diode which is in reverse bias condition. And reverse bias means what? No current will flow, or very low current will flow. So you can assume it as an open switch. That means very low, near to zero current will flow through the diode. The same thing is plotted on this graph. See here. Here in this condition, the maximum current is shown, and here in this condition, the reverse bias, the current will be minimum. This is the ideal um, models. These are the ideal diode models. Okay. Now let us see what is the difference between ideal model and practical diode models. In ideal model, I'm again going back to previous slide. In the ideal model, we have assumed that there is no voltage drop. The switch is 100% closed. Okay, but student, we know that whenever we forward bias a diode, the cut-in voltage, it requires some cut-in voltage, and after that cut-in voltage only your diode will turn on. So across that diode, you will get this much voltage drop. How much? 0.7 in the case of silicon. If I'm using silicon diode, then whenever I forward bias that diode, I will get a voltage drop of 0.7. Okay, and then only I can consider it as a closed switch because this current is flowing. Now, just see here. Here I have shown a sudden increase in the current, but practically you won't get such a sudden rise. You get the rise in this fashion, like this. We have seen the curve. We have seen the curve that we will see in next. That we will consider in next slide. We have to consider dynamic resistance or AC resistance of a diode also. Here in this particular model, we have not considered that dynamic resistance. Okay, so we have simply considered the voltage drop, which is 0.7 volt. Okay, and here whenever you reverse bias it, we have considered that your diode is the open switch. The same thing I have written here. VF. What is VF? voltage drop across this diode. If I am using silicon diode, I will consider it as 0.7 volt. Student, if I use germanium diode, then this cut-in voltage will be hardly 0.2 to 0.3 volts. Okay. Now, applying KVL, if I apply KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, to this particular loop, then I will be able to write, just see here, V bias minus this VF minus voltage drop across this will be 0. Are you getting this? V bias minus this voltage, because just see, positive is connected to this positive. So you have to subtract this, you have to minus this. So V bias minus voltage drop across this minus this cut-in voltage will be equals to 0. Or I can write, what will be the voltage drop across this? Consider this resistor as R limit, the value is R, and the current which is flowing here, which is shown here, is IF. So V is equal to I into R. So V R limit, voltage drop across R limit resistor will be I into R. Okay, and I can easily calculate value of IF. What is value of IF? IF will be equals to, if I take this particular term to left hand side, then what will happen? VR limit upon R limit. V upon R will be your I. But VR limit means what? What is VR limit? VR limit is nothing but V bias minus VF. Okay. So V bias minus VF upon R limit will give you the value of forward current in practical diode model. Now, let us see the complete practical diode model. What is the difference between previous and this? Here we are considering, just see here, the slope of that curve we are considering. In the previous slide, I'm going again to back to previous slide. See here, there is an abrupt increase in the current shown, whereas practically you get such a type of curve. Okay, so you have to consider dynamic resistance, and the same dynamic resistance I have shown here in the circuit. Rest of the circuit is same, no difference. A maximum current will flow, which is IF, but in addition with this cut-in voltage, you have to consider a voltage drop across that dynamic resistance also. Okay, so I will modify the equation here. Again, I will apply KVL to this particular loop, and I can write V bias minus voltage drop across this minus this voltage drop minus voltage drop across this small resistance will be equals to 0. Okay, and hence now this particular block indicates diode. This particular block, gray color block, this can indicate diode. So this diode, now it is represented by VB, that is cut-in voltage, plus small amount of voltage drop because of dynamic resistance. The same thing is shown here. VF will be equals to VB plus the drop across this resistor, IFRD dash. And we know that for silicon diode, VB is equal to 0.7. So I have written here 0.7 plus IFRD dash. I'm considering a voltage drop across that dynamic resistance. And from that, I can easily calculate IF. IF will be given by, just see the previous formula. Here, IF is given by V bias minus VF upon R limit. Here you have to consider V bias minus VB upon R limit plus one more resistance is there, which is dynamic resistance. So plus RD dash. So this is the complete practical diode model. Okay. Up till now we have studied 3 different diode models. I repeat, see here, the ideal diode model, then the practical diode model, And the third one is the complete practical diode model, in which I have considered dynamic resistance also. Now, let us solve one numerical based on this. Read this numerical carefully. Determine the forward voltage and forward current for the diode in figure A. So I'm talking about this particular diagram for each of the diode models. So up till now we have studied three different diode models. So you have to calculate forward voltage and forward current for each of the diode models. Also find the voltage across the limiting resistor, voltage across this limiting resistor in each case. Assume dynamic resistance is equal to 10 ohm at the determined value of forward current. Let us discuss first of all part A only, and then we will go for this part B. So how to solve part A? Just consider here V bias voltage is given in the diagram, which is equals to 10 volt. Current limiting resistor 1K is used here, and this diode is forward bias. And we have to calculate forward voltage and forward current for all three models. So let us consider it first of all for ideal model. For ideal model, we will consider, as we have discussed in previous slides, we will consider Vf is equal to 0. We will consider there is no voltage drop across that particular diode. So Vf is equal to 0. So your If is what? The forward current. You can directly calculate If using a formula. Just see here. If I consider there is no voltage drop across this particular diode, then the current which is flowing through this loop is nothing but V bias upon this resistor. The same thing, V bias upon resistor. Values are given to you, which is nothing but 10 milliampere. 10 volt upon 1K gives you 10 milliampere. Once the value of If is known to you, see here, If, the current which is flowing through this, you can easily calculate what is the voltage drop across this. V is equal to IR. So I can write here, I is 10 milliampere, R value is already given. So I can easily calculate 10 milliampere into 1K is equal to 10 volt for ideal model. For ideal model. What is our assumption? Vf is equal to 0 in this case. Now, in practical model, we will consider Vf is equal to 0.7 volt. That means we will consider the cut-in voltage. We will consider 0.7 volt cut-in voltage for silicon die. So now, it will be not only V bias, but as per the formula which we have discussed in previous slide, V bias minus Vf upon R limit. V bias value 10 volt is given, minus 0.7 volt upon 1K, that will give you value 9.3 milliampere. Okay, and once you get this particular forward current value, then using the same formula, that is forward current into limiting resistance, you can calculate voltage drop across this particular resistor. The current is flowing like this in the circuit from positive terminal through resistor, through this diode, back to again negative terminal, because both these terminals, they are grounded, so it is shorted here. Now, in the complete model, we have seen formula that we will consider here. This formula will be as it is. We will use V bias minus 0.7 volt upon R limit, plus we will consider the dynamic resistance, and this value is also given in the numerical. Only substitute the required values here. V bias value 10 volt given in the numerical, 0.7 cut-in voltage, 1K value given in the numerical in the diagram, plus 10 ohm, that is the dynamic resistance already given. Just substitute these values, you will get value of forward current, From that forward current, again, you can calculate current into voltage. You can calculate here the voltage drop across current limiting resistance. Student, I will suggest you that you should solve whatever numerical I am discussing here. You should solve that numerical immediately on paper. Then only you will get confidence. Okay, because for this semester we are going to do online teaching only. Because of this pandemic situation, we are not able to take uh, regular classes at college. So immediately you should solve these numericals on paper, and then only you will get confidence. Okay, now this is about the part A. Now similarly for part B, determine the reverse voltage and reverse current for this diode for each of the diode models. Also find the voltage across the limiting resistance in each case. Assume that reverse current is very small, which is equals to 1 microampere. Now student, for reverse bias condition, in ideal model, we consider reverse current, which is 1 microampere, which is very small, hence we will consider it as 0. It is as 0. Now if you consider this particular circuit, then if no current is flowing here, then whatever voltage here, the same voltage you will get across this diode, because no current is flowing. Okay, so VR will be equals to V bias. If you take a multimeter, and if you measure this voltage 10 volt, no current is flowing. What it indicates, whenever there is no current, when current will flow, whenever there is a potential difference, current will flow from one terminal to another terminal. No current is flowing, current is 0. So this particular point and this particular point will be at equal potential. Hence we can consider VR is equal to V bias is equal to 10 volt. And there will not be any voltage drop across limiting resistance because the current is 0. The same thing is in the practical model also, because we are considering reverse current 0. Now, in complete model, we will consider the given reverse current, which is very small, 1 microampere. The value of current limiting resistance 1K is already given to you. So here the reverse current into that resistance will give you the voltage drop across current limiting resistance, which is very small. Just see here, 1 millivolt. Why this drop is so small? Because a very small reverse current is flowing through that resistor. Now your VR, that is the reverse voltage applied, I'm talking about this particular. So whatever this voltage minus this voltage will be the voltage across this diode, isn't it? So VR will be equals to V bias minus this voltage, that is nothing but 10 volt minus 1 millivolt is equal to 9.999 volt. So let us stop here. We have discussed in today's lecture, we have discussed 3 different diode models and we have solved numerical based on it. Now student, homework for you. You should solve multiple numericals based on these formulas. Just make a practice of solving different numericals based on this topic. Okay? We will stop here. See you in the next lecture. Okay, bye.